Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the wood shop. And I know you guys are probably thinking I'm wearing the same shirt, but you know what? These are my work clothes, so when I come home from work, I keep my work clothes on to do work. So, in this video, what we're going to be doing is we will be replacing the belt on our bandsaw. Hopefully that's going to help us get rid of a little bit of the vibration. Don't want to drop this. As you can see, this belt is you're able to make it to whatever size you want. You basically just, rotate and click, and should be that easy. So why don't we go ahead and get started? Let's jump right into it. So here we are, we're on the back end. As you can see, I already put a piece of MDF in here and I cut the slots, so even if when I put the belt on, if it's a little bit off, I can slide the motor, which isn't going to be a huge deal, because you can see how loose this one is, and even on the old one it was that loose. So first thing we got to do is get the belt off. The easiest way that I found was to just, kind of like pull over and roll it off. But before you start playing with a belt, unplug your machine because you don't want to get your hand caught in here. Or, in this case, we have one of the little safety clips that you put in your power switch. So, now it won't work. So, we can do that. But you want to make sure you unplug it anyway, just in case there's a power surge or something and it rotates real quick. You don't want to get your hand caught. So what I'm going to do in this case, I'm going to pull off to the side and I'm just going to rotate it off. There you go. Now at this point is where we would be able to see if the other wheel is weighted properly like we did in the other video. So as you can see, it wants to it's rolling back and forth, so I know I have to adjust the weighting on that. So we take our V-belt. Let's get this out of the package. Look at that, it's a nice Ziploc bag. And let's see what instructions we have here. It's real simple. You basically turn it 90 degrees, you lock it, and you move on from there. Alright, so here's our belt. It's a V-belt. You can see how if you take this, you can bend it and turn it 90 degrees, unlock it. The tabs. Basically what happens, you put that through, you lock it, you have a belt. So first thing we want to do is get a measurement. So I'm just going to pull it around, pull it up on that one, and you can see how it lines up. I don't know if you can tell, but it lines up right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Sharpie and I'm going to want to make the belt up to this hole right here. It's one higher, but I have adjustment that way. So that way once it starts to wear in, I can still adjust it back a little bit. So, now let's see how easy this is to separate. Now I can go back to my reference mark, which is right there, and it's that one. They say you twist and rotate 90 degrees. Pops out. Rotate it 90 degrees. And it pops out. So there you go. I mean, seems simple enough, right? So now this one goes up. Let's make sure that I'm not twisting this thing. Okay, it's like that. So this one, we're going to take it, and this gets pushed up through there and locks in. And then this one, we kind of have to fight with a little bit. Be better if this thing wasn't coiling around me like a snake. Let's do it the easier way maybe, and lock that one in first. Huh. Yeah. Lock that one in. And then we can take this one underneath. It keeps coming undone. That goes up. Then let's just try and, let's not lock that one in. Get them both in at the same time. And rotate 90 degrees. And there we go. It looks like I made a belt, guys. Look at that. Eureka. So now you want to turn it inside out-ish. And that's what you have. And then you put your belt on. So as you can see, since, let's see if we can get a little bit of stretch out of it. Which I don't think we can with this belt. So what we're going to have to do is slide our bolts forward, or we could put another link in. But like I said, I want to have a little bit of play, so when this, because this thing is pretty stiff right now. So what's going to happen is as you use it, it will end up, you know, stretching out and tightening all these little, you know, areas where it's connected. So I really do want to see if we can stretch this on a little bit, so that way we can, you know, get a nice tight fit. If not, I'll just slide the bolts forward, move the motor, and then really crank back on it and get it nice and tight so I still have adjustment. It should fit. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little pry bar in here, a screwdriver, anything shy of a butter knife. And then I'm just going to rotate it around. And hopefully it's going to stretch and pop on. Nope. Let's give it another try. Because as you can see right here, this is probably about the size of the depth of the pulley that we have. So I don't want to loosen it because then I can't make adjustment. So I want to make sure that this is going to sit in there real nice and like really snug. So there we go. Now we have our belt on. And that's a nice tight belt, pretty firm. Still have a little bit of adjustment from what I originally had. So let's go ahead and put our safety clip in. My assistant plug in the bandsaw. And then we'll see if it works. Once again, get stuff out of the way. You don't want it to grab onto it and just throw it at you. And our cords are out of the way. Once again, I have a shroud going on the back, so let's see. I do have to say I'm not going to do the nickel test for you guys because what I need it for, this is going to work phenomenal. And as you can see, it's nice and tight. It was quiet. I didn't have that like hum and buzz and everything. So I am really happy with this belt upgrade. I think it's going to make a huge difference in the way that this runs. I think there's going to be a lot less slippage because you can see from the other videos that I've done. I'll put the one up here from the last video, or the video before the last one where I put the new urethane tires on. So I think this is really going to make it work really well. So once again guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe. Get out there in your shop, and don't forget guys, make something. Have a nice day. See you next time.